Hi, I'm Michelle Dumas, the founder of Distinctive Career Services and an award-winning 20-plus year veteran in the employment services and career marketing industries. I am so happy that you decided to join me today. I know your time is precious, and that's why it's so important to me that I deliver to you an extraordinary return on the time you've invested by being here. I'm really excited to deliver this content. I've put together a really solid information-packed training that will deliver to you our trade secrets, the steps that we go through ourselves in helping clients identify their brand and then communicate that brand across all of their career marketing tools, like resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and other career communications. If you have ever been confused about exactly what a personal brand is and how it is different from personal branding and why that distinction is important, well, I'm going to explain it all to you in simple, easy to understand terms so that you finally get it. We'll also cover the 4 key elements of a successful personal brand, 5 surprising benefits you will get from strengthening your personal brand, 5 results that you can expect from personal branding to know that your efforts are working. The 3 questions you need to answer to build a strong and effective personal brand. 4 easy ways to communicate and reinforce your brand in both your personal and your professional life. And the 2 most important elements of your brand tagline. And finally, I'm going to show you more than a dozen real-life examples of how you can communicate your brand in your resume, your LinkedIn profile, letters, your 30-second elevator pitch, and all of your other career marketing documents and communications. Now, I understand that this all sounds like a really big promise, but I am sincere about it, so please stay with me. Please silence your phone and put away distractions. And I urge you to take out a paper and pen so you can take some notes. I'm going to be giving you some really valuable information, and I know you will want to go back over it later so that you can incorporate it into your own life. All right then, so let's get started. There is a lot of misunderstanding and misinformation out there regarding branding. So before we get started, let's define what we're talking about. First, what is a personal brand? Well, simply put, a personal brand is your authentic and unique promise of value. Now, whether you have intentionally created it or not, everyone has a personal brand. Your personal brand is what others think of you and what they say about you. It's what you're known for and what those around you expect from you. So that brings us to personal branding. Branding. What is personal branding? Well, it is the conscious and intentional effort to communicate, present, and position your brand to the world. It's the strategy of working to purposely influence public perception, to increase your credibility, to differentiate yourself, to position yourself as an authority in certain areas. Now, while personal branding can have a positive impact in multiple areas of your life, today we're really going to focus in on how it is beneficial to you professionally and in your career. Okay, so let's play a little bit of a game to understand the power that personal branding can have. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to describe a person based on their personal brand, and I want you to identify who I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the first one. Former queen of the talk show. She started the world's most popular book club and now runs a media empire. Who do you think this is? That's right, Oprah. If you guessed Oprah, you're right. All right, number 2, jolly holiday operations specialist providing just-in-time package delivery to 526 million customers within a 24-hour time frame. Who do you think this is? That's right, Santa Claus. Okay, and then the third one, a wealthy businessman and real estate mogul, master showman, reality TV star, currently the leader of the free world. I think everyone probably knows this one. Trump. You know, that's the power of a personal brand. No matter what your personal impression of Donald Trump, it's really hard to escape his larger-than-life persona that he projects to the world. And I would say that he does that intentionally. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about identifying and managing your personal brand. It's about telling the story of you. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper into what a personal brand is. There are 4 key elements to a successful personal brand. The first is that it differentiates you and calls out the way in which you are unique from others. The second is that it is focused. The third is that it's authentic. It needs to feel real and right to you. It's not forced or fake. And the fourth is that it's natural. So natural that people who already know you would nod their head in agreement if we described your brand to them right now. Okay, so your personal brand is basically the shorthand for you. It's the essence of who you are, and it must be authentic to you. It reflects your unique personal attributes and qualities. It's not about being fake. Trying to brand yourself as something that you are not will never work. Your brand is you at the core. That means that to have a strong brand, you have to be clear about who you are and who you are not. You need to know not just your strengths, but your weaknesses. This helps you to be more focused. As the saying goes, if you stand for everything, you don't stand for anything. And the same is true when identifying and establishing your personal brand. Now, as I've already told you, the good news is you already have a brand, even if you don't know what it is yet. Maybe you're known as the PR person who can turn a crisis into a non-issue, the office manager who turns chaos into order and organization, or the graphic designer who specializes in creating attention-getting, award-winning logos. That's your personal brand. It's what you're known for. It's not just your job title, although that can be a part of it. So let me say it again. Truly successful personal brands are not created. They're uncovered, they're strengthened, and they're nurtured. And that takes us to the personal branding process. The process by which, once you have identified it, you intentionally and consciously work to strengthen and nurture your brand. Now, if you do not actively manage your brand, other people form their own beliefs about what you stand for, and you have no control over it. Actively taking control of your brand gives you the opportunity to control the narrative and show the world what you want them to see. It puts you in the driver's seat, and you can decide what you want to be known for. Okay, so why? Why even make the effort? Well, personal branding has become increasingly important to professional success today. It's a valuable strategy because you are positioning yourself to be successful in your job search and your career. Personal branding will enable you to showcase what you specialize in and what your expertise is. Part of the branding process is becoming known for something. Becoming known for something positions you to become the hunted for the most desirable jobs, rather than the hunter. Personal branding will build your credibility and endow you with more respect and recognition. You build credibility not through your words, but through your actions. As you live your personal brand and keep your brand promise, your credibility will grow. Now, through personal branding, you will distinguish yourself, and in so doing, become more accessible and visible to people in your professional circle. We are wired to notice what is different. If you are like everyone else who does what you do, you just become a commodity. If you differentiate yourself, you stand out and you get noticed. People will connect to your brand and remember you through your actions and your expertise. The more people who are aware of your personal brand, the more visible you will become, and the more you will find your network helping you make other important and relevant connections. You might not even have to reach out to other people to get career leads and opportunities. They may just start to come to you. Now, personal branding also gives you permission to be yourself. And when you're yourself, you'll feel more confidence. That confidence comes from looking at your strengths and knowing that you have many positive qualities to share. When you know you have something of value to offer, your self-esteem will soar. The anxiety that you used to feel when networking and interviewing will just fade away. And last but not least, personal branding gives you the ability to focus your energy. Because you will have a clear understanding of who you are, who you want to work with, the challenges you hope to tackle, how you want to use your talents, and importantly, what you do not want, you will have clarity that allows you to focus your energy on what is most important to you. You'll finally be able to say yes to the right opportunities and no to the wrong ones. But most significantly, what will be the actual results of personal branding? What are the positive impacts that you're going to see on your career? Well, a strong and effective personal brand piques interest and impels people to want to learn more about you, and more importantly, to hire, promote, and endorse you to others. Taking the time to establish and interject your personal brand throughout your job search will have a dramatic positive impact. It will position you above your peers and competitors in the job market. It will open doors that were previously shut tight. It will help you win the most lucrative and rewarding jobs. It will help you achieve promotions on an accelerated track. And it will help you to command higher levels of compensation that are more in line with the value you provide to employers. In other words, it will help you get paid what you are worth finally. So are you convinced yet? Of course you are. There are no negatives associated with personal branding, at least none that I know of, only positives. So knowing that, it's time to take action. Now, to cultivate the brand that will help you reach your goals, you have to understand and be able to communicate what makes you exceptional and compelling. How exactly can you figure out what your brand is? Who are you and what makes you different? Now, in my experience, this is where almost everyone gets stuck. So let's try to break this down in as simple of terms as possible. There are 3 areas of clarity that are necessary to uncover and then strengthen your personal brand. Number 1 is the unique skills and qualifications that you offer. Your skills and qualifications. Number 2 is your personality. Your authentic personality and what you are truly passionate about. What do you love? Number 3 is the needs, the expectations, and requirements of the position or industry that you're targeting. And this is the important one, or one of the most important ones that a lot of people miss. So the process of identifying your personal brand begins with self-assessment. Your brand has to be authentic, as I already said. It has to reflect you and your personalities and your values. So I would recommend that you start by brainstorming 5 to 10 words that describe your key values and personality traits. These could be words such as accuracy, agility, compassion, diversity, freedom, integrity, originality, persuasive, resiliency. Now, it can be really hard to do this off the top of your head. I understand that. It was for me as well. And it's often helpful to choose words from a list. And that's why I have created a list of more than 300 values and brand attributes. Actually, I think there's about 325 on it. And you can download it at the web address that you see on your screen, www.distinctiveweb.com/corevalues/. Now, just write that down and go to it after this training, but you definitely want to get your hands on this to help you with this step. Again, that's www.distinctiveweb.com/corevalues/. Now, consider these other basic factors that could play a role in your brand as well. List out answers to questions such as where you grew up, where you went to school, places that you've lived, jobs you've held, hobbies and leisure activities that you love, and languages that you speak. These may start to point you in the direction of your personal brand. But then it's time to dig even deeper. And here are some more questions to help you identify your brand and promise of value. These are the types of questions that we work with our clients to identify as we're helping them with their brand. Okay, so what special talents or unusual skills do you have? What past misfortunes have you experienced and overcome? What unique life experiences have you had? What is unique about how you do your job? What professional accomplishment are you most proud of? What do your coworkers say about you? What special training or education do you have? How about this one? Complete this statement. I am the person people turn to when ... Have you received any special honors? What were they for? What part of your work do you like best? What are you really good at doing in your current job? What kinds of customers do you most enjoy working with? What are you better at doing than others? How does the work you do contribute to your employer's bottom line? Have you recently learned any new skills or taken any new training? In what ways are your qualifications different from those of your peers? What do you enjoy doing? What do you not want to do? And as I mentioned before, you will also want to leverage your hobbies and your passions, the things that you enjoy and do well. Focusing on these areas enables you to get the most out of your career while differentiating you from others who do the same job description. So for example, I had a client who was absolutely passionate about football. We incorporated this into her brand positioning, and she went on to work for the NFL. I had another client who was really passionate about golf. This is how she spent all of her free time. And we transitioned her retail management career to go manage a golf course. You can also learn a great deal by what other people think of you. Look at your performance reviews. What do other people say about you? Some other places you can look: customer appreciation letters, LinkedIn recommendations, letters of recommendation from your past colleagues and supervisors. And just ask people that you know, people you work with, for feedback. How do others see you? Now, the next piece of the puzzle is that it's not enough to decide only what you want to be known for. Your personal brand must also align with something that prospective employers value. So the next question to you is this: what do they want? What problem is the company trying to solve, or the type of employer that you're going to work for trying to solve? Solving the problem can be about saving time or building customer relationships, making money. Position yourself to solve a problem. The question you want to be able to answer for the employer is, why should you hire me? When employers are hiring, they really want to know, why should I choose you instead of someone else? Your personal brand is a really important part of answering this question. Employers hire for their reasons, not for yours. There are 12 things that employers generally hire employees to do. And these include a company's need to make money, to save time, to make work easier, to solve a specific problem, to be more competitive, to build relationships or an image, to expand business, to attract new customers, or to retain existing customers. So really think about this one. This is really critical. Now, while your personal brand is not your job title, recruiters and hiring managers need help knowing what kinds of positions you're focused on. It's harder to find a job when you don't know what kind of job you want. And conversely, it's much, much easier to find a job if you know what kind of a job you want. So personal branding allows you to establish three things in this direction. One is a clear message of who you are. 2, the experience you have. And 3, how you can be an asset to the employer. Now, many job seekers develop their personal branding when they're looking for a new job. But personal branding can also help you to be more effective and visible in your current job too. Once you've identified your personal brand, see how you can incorporate it into your everyday work life. This will make you worth more to your current employer. And remember, superstars stand out, and it will make you more attractive as a candidate for promotions. Those who just do their job won't receive nearly as many opportunities as those who carve out a unique niche for themselves. And the more you move up the ladder, the more important this becomes. It's all about adding value beyond what your colleagues deliver. To be truly successful, you must put yourself in the driver's seat of your own career and steer it toward your future. Thinking of it as being the boss of you. Career management should be an ongoing activity, and personal branding is really the key to it all. Remember, your skills, your values, your attributes, and your brand are yours and yours alone. No matter what happens to the company that employs you, even if they go bankrupt and close the doors tomorrow, you will take all your brand assets with you, and you will use them to seize a competitive edge as you land your next opportunity. And that takes us to the topic of job searching and expressing your brand in your job search. When you think about personal branding and job search, there are two things that usually come to mind: your resume and your LinkedIn profile. Having an online presence on LinkedIn can be important in your job search. Your LinkedIn profile can present your credentials to prospective employers and hiring managers, increasing your chances of securing an interview. Your profile can help you be found. Recruiters and hiring managers do searches on LinkedIn. A vast majority of them do. A successful LinkedIn profile gives readers a snapshot of who you are and how you can contribute to the organization. You must understand and be able to articulate and communicate what makes you exceptional and compelling. That is your personal brand in action. And as you can see on the screen right now, on the right-hand side is the first page of a resume, and on the other side is the corresponding summary section that we wrote for a LinkedIn profile. On the right, you can see the branding statement here is deliver multi-million-dollar returns in growth and profitability by assisting operations leadership to identify and leverage opportunities for cost savings and revenue increases. And over here on the left, you see the corresponding LinkedIn profile. I deliver multi-million-dollar benefits and growth and profitability by assisting operational leadership to identify potential cost savings and revenue increases. I drive transformational change, including financial system standardization and reporting automation to propel organizations forward. This is what I mean about communicating your brand in your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and I'll be showing some more examples of this as we go through the rest of this training. So let's talk about how you might express your brand both online and offline in the real world. If you have built a truly effective brand, nobody is going to need to ask you how it is that you differentiate yourself and you add value. The answer is going to be obvious from everything that you do: the way you behave, the activities you take part in, and the way you express yourself. Way back in March of 2006, the magazine Fast Company published an article in which they stated, in the future, employers aren't going to advertise job openings anymore. They'll find you. Now, I would suggest that the future they predicted is here now already, or at least we're leading really, really heavily in that direction. So if that's the truth, how do you make yourself easily found? Well, the answer is personal branding, of course, and to get out in the real world and express your brand. What you see on your screen now are the 4 primary ways that you can express your brand, and I urge you to take advantage of as many as are appropriate. Writing is a great way to express your brand. Articles, white papers, blog posts, books, regular columns, social media posts. Speaking and presenting is another popular way, maybe at conferences, workshops, podcasts, media interviews, webinars, meetings at work even. You want to get out and participate in the community as well. So this could involve sitting on boards of directors, volunteering in relevant organizations, being a member of professional associations, maybe hosting roundtables of industry roundtables. And you will also want to build your online image. So you could maybe start a new blog, create a website that's related to your brand, Build your presence on social and professional networking sites. Did you know that even how you dress can be a part of your personal brand? Think about it. All of us know someone who is known for how they dress. The colors you choose to surround yourself with, the way you decorate your home, the vehicle you choose to drive, the fonts you use in your personal letterhead, on your resume, the colors you use on your resume. All of these things can support and reinforce your brand if you give them conscious thought. So now it's time to actually articulate your personal brand. What is it that you want to be known for? Go through the self-assessment exercises that I talked about earlier, and then give yourself some time to really think through this. It usually takes me hours of time to distill my client's essence, sometimes days, multiple days. So give it time if it doesn't come to you right away. Okay, so now your personal branding tagline is usually one sentence. It should be easily understandable and easy to remember. So on your screen right now, you see 6 examples of brand taglines that we've developed for clients of our firm. Okay, so although every brand tagline is different and very personal and authentic to the individual, you're going to see that they have 2 things in common. First, it conveys the brand promise. And second, it clearly conveys the target audience. So let's go through a few of these. Midas touch for propelling niche players in new businesses into market leaders. So of course the promise is that they're going to propel them into these small businesses into becoming market leaders. And the target is niche players and new businesses. Okay, here's another one. Partnering with hospitals and healthcare organizations to develop and deploy enterprise-wide, enhanced, cost-effective, high ROI, unified communication solutions. So it's all about developing and deploying these cost-effective, high return on investment solutions, and the target audience are hospitals and healthcare organizations. Here's another, business savvy, entrepreneurial spirited, mission-driven leader for biotech, medical device, pharmaceutical, and drug delivery companies. So, they're bringing all of this business savvy and entrepreneurial spirit to, in the audience, biotech, medical device, pharmaceutical, and drug delivery companies. Okay. Now, don't try to stuff too much information into the statement. You want it to be easy to remember and easy to understand. Too much information just complicates the message. Also, you don't want to confuse big words with effective branding. Choose your words really carefully so that it's immediately understood and resonates with the target audience. And when it's possible, you want to incorporate in keywords. Now, keywords are nouns and phrases that can be picked up through online searches, and they're prominently used in applicant tracking systems. So in this example, the 4th one down, the one that I just talked about, biotech, medical device, pharmaceutical, drug delivery, these are all really important keywords. Now, while these were all written very specifically for resumes that we were creating for our clients, you can adapt your brand tagline to use when networking as an answer to the question, what do you do? In an interview, your personal branding statement can be used when asked, tell me about yourself. Your brand tagline is just the start. You're going to want to include your brand tagline in your resume, your LinkedIn profile, all of your other career documents. The wording doesn't need to be exactly identical, but the message needs to be consistent. So let's look at the examples on the screen now. What you're seeing here is a snippet from a resume, a snippet from a LinkedIn profile, and a snippet from a letter for the same candidate. Now you can see from the resume up there on the right top corner that the brand tagline, forward-thinking insurance industry leader combining best practices with visionary ideas to tap into market trends, drive competitive advantage, and create streamlined, high-efficiency, profitable organizations. So, forward-thinking, and they're going to produce all of these great results. So now you can see over on the left from the LinkedIn profile example, we have modified the headline section where that first arrow is pointing to be this brand tagline. Forward-thinking insurance industry expert at the vanguard of leadership for visionary ideas, strategies, and solutions. And it's also incorporated in the text of the summary. I've strived to help and previous employers stay on top of trends and hold a competitive edge in an industry that's continuously evolving, faced with shifting demographics, changing consumer needs, technological advances, and an ever more complex regulatory environment. And then over on the right, again, on the bottom, the letter. Okay, so continuous change is the natural state of many industries. The insurance industry has been no exception. Changing demographics, technologies, and consumer needs, along with an increasingly complex regulatory environment, have strained the operating models of many insurance companies. As a business-savvy insurance industry executive, an MBA with decades of expertise, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can see that this brand tagline and this branding statement has been communicated in slightly different ways, but very consistently as well in all of these different documents. This is what you should strive for as well. Okay, so here are some more examples of your branding statement, your branding tagline, and how you can use it in your resume. Here are two, again, some snippets from resumes that we've written. The first one, masterfully solving complex financial problems and igniting bottom line improvements. And the one down on the bottom, change agent, transform stalled or slow-moving organizations into efficient, innovative market leaders. Now, from both of these examples, you immediately know what this person's brand is, what it is that their brand promises. Make sure that that's communicated in your resume. Here's a couple of more examples. Empowering business success with IT solutions. My passion is a little bit different because we've actually included a statement here from the person. My passion is technology, all of it, from artificial intelligence to the internet to how computers work on the most microscopic level. The thirst for new knowledge on technology drives me. And then down here in the right, understand and hear the customer first before ever advising on solutions. Again, a very clear brand. Okay, so here are two more examples, and this one, the one up on your left, is really interesting because it actually uses a quote from a performance evaluation to really reinforce this person's brand. It says, Tammy is one of the most dynamic leaders I have ever had the pleasure to work with. No matter what challenge she faces, she attacks it with creative solutions that galvanize growth to record levels. What a great way to communicate your brand through the words of somebody else, social proof. And then down here on the bottom, the right-hand corner, we have another example of a way that you can reinforce your brand. Now, of course, the brand tagline is leadership that transforms vision into reality, propels technology-driven startup and growth companies to the next level of success. And over on the right, in the little box there, you see a quote that this person, this client, actually said while we were working on her resume, and we included it here as reinforcement of her brand. It says, you can't bring a new company into the world without craziness. However, you need to unravel that chaos if you wish to take that company from vision to successful reality. My value, as proven repeatedly, is to disentangle the crazy, solve core issues, and create a healthy and efficient culture in which to grow the company and realize vision. Again, really powerful. And you don't need to be an executive. You can brand your resume, brand your LinkedIn profile, no matter what level you're at. And here's two examples. You've got your makeup artist here over on the left, and also a student here, a graduating student, someone who has just graduated and is going out looking for their first professional job here on the right. And in both cases, we've branded the resume to really help them to advance in their career. Okay, and you can take this beyond just your resume. You want to think about letters, your LinkedIn profile, your biography. What you're seeing on your screen right now are examples of what's called a one-page networking resume, or also known as an infographic networking resume, or an infographic value profile. This is just a one-page summary that you can use in networking situations when you don't necessarily want to hand out your full resume. Or you could use it, bring it with you to interviews and use it as a leave behind for the interviewers. In both of these cases, it's reinforcing the person's brand. So on the left, building businesses from niche players and new entrants into market leaders. And then on the right, piloting beneficial business change across the board results in profitable growth through bold, inspirational leadership. Both really powerful. And here are two more examples. You can create networking business cards for yourself when you're looking for a job, something to hand out. You don't want to necessarily hand out your business card from your current position, but a networking business card. So in this case, this person says 15 plus years experience providing 5-star service and unlocking hidden value in every asset and investment encountered. Of course, this is a real estate development and management executive. And then on the right, we've got a branded biography. And you can see the branding right at the very top in the beginning, leading small to mid-sized companies to a better tomorrow than today. Again, a really powerful and easy to grasp and easy to remember brand tagline. So where do you go from here? Well, the good news is that you have a choice. You've been listening to me talk about this stuff, and I know that you're on this training for a reason. Maybe you've been feeling stuck in a job that you don't really like. Maybe you're sick and tired of not being paid what you're worth. Maybe, even though you're confident in other parts of your life, the thought of job searching makes you terribly insecure and your confidence goes out the window. So right now you have a choice. You can listen to all I've said and let it go in one ear and out the other. You can settle back into the status quo and continue to get the results you've always gotten. Or you can take what I've been talking about and put it into action now, transforming the professional image so that you can feel confident and empowered in going after your dreams and building a career that you love. So if you're an action person and are ready to take personal branding seriously, spend some time completing the exercises that we talked about today. Once you've come up with your brand, make sure that it is expressed in your career communication documents, your resume, your LinkedIn profile, in your 10-second or 30-second introduction that you should respond with to the "so what do you do" question, and make a plan for how you will communicate your brand in other ways. But now, if you're struggling with developing your personal brand, you're not alone. It can be really hard to take an objective look at yourself without feeling like you're bragging. If you want help crafting your personal brand, our team at Distinctive Career Services can help you. We have made ourselves available for a limited number of discovery consultation sessions. Now, these are free 30-minute sessions in which we will have a conversation with you about your situation. We'll answer your questions, we'll determine exactly how it is that we can help you, and we'll talk about the next steps if we agree that we're a good fit to work together. There are no strings attached to this. And to provide you with even more in-depth support, when our call is over, we'll send you 3 free downloadable gifts that I know are going to be incredibly valuable to you. The first is that we're going to give you for free our annual career planner to help you set, stick to, and reach your career goals. Now, I've seen similar planners like this selling on the internet for as much as $79. This planner is undated, so you can start using it at any time. We'll also send you my 20-point resume review checklist to evaluate and improve the effectiveness of your resume. Thousands and thousands of job seekers have already benefited from the resume tips in this point-by-point checklist, and I know you will find it incredibly helpful whether you decide to work with us or not. And finally, a free offer that will help you immensely as you move forward with identifying your personal brand and implementing your personal branding efforts. Our Job Seeker's Guide to Defining and Building a Personal Brand. Now, this PDF includes many of the exercises that I recommended to you today, along with much, much more. This is the perfect complement to today's training, and we'll send all of these to you for free at the end of your discovery consultation. So why am I doing this? Well, of course, it's one of the ways that we meet new clients and build our portfolio of clients, the clients that we have transformed their careers and lives for them with branded resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and other brand building tools that we've created for them, thousands and thousands of clients over the years. But instead of coming to you without providing any value or goodwill and just asking you to invest in our services, I would much prefer to provide you with value in advance first, demonstrating to you that we can help you by actually helping you. With trainings like this one that you just watched and the free gifts that we'll send you after your discovery consultation. So here's what I want you to do next. Below this video, you will find a calendar link so you can schedule your discovery consultation call. Schedule a call with us today and reserve your spot. But I have to warn you that the time and capacity of my team is a factor. This opportunity is very limited because of the one-on-one time needed in order to meet with you. Therefore, it is actually impossible for me and my team to meet with and work with more than a handful of people at a time. So with that said, understand that the window of opportunity to secure one of these limited spots on our calendar may not be open for long. So please just click below now and reserve the time that works best for you. And if you have any trouble using the calendar, just give us a call instead at 800-644-9694. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you personally very, very soon.